welcome back to the GSL Up and Down matches. We're in our fourth set here. You can see our current scores. Leonok 2-0 currently, GanZI 0-1, and Ace 0-1, and finally, of course, Sniper 1-0, and Inca falling flat with 0-1 as well.
Falling flat indeed, with a pretty lackluster performance there. And by the way, I actually got a couple tweets about this, so I want to clear the air real quick. A couple people were like, oh, didn't you know that GanZI left Slayers? Well, as far as I know, that's not actually the case. What happened is someone actually made some unauthorized troll tweets on the Slayers Twitter account and said that, but I'm almost 100% certain that that was actually not the case. Otherwise, why would he be wearing their Slayers jacket right now? And he's been playing for Slayers on the Team League and stuff. Not the case, so do not believe everything you read on the internet, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I agree with you. I don't have any information that he left Slayers.
Let's just put it this way: if your source of information from was that tweet from like a few weeks ago, that was untrue. If he's left in the last like week and I don't know about it, then that might be different though.
You can see here the Season A groups. You can see that this group compared to last season has the same distribution of races in it. You can see that there are 2 Zergs in this group, 2 Proasses, and 1 Terran. And last time, 1 Terran and 1 Zerg advanced. No Proasses got out, and it took 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 7 seconds. This is just a very interesting comparison data that I was given before the broadcast, actually.
Interesting. We'll see if it takes 3 hours and 4 minutes and 7 seconds today.
We shall see.
I think it'll probably take exactly that.
That may potentially be the case. But that was some information that we got, so kind of curious to see like if 1 Zerg and 1 Terran will get out, because our favorites of our group today are 1 Zerg and 1 Terran.
That is true.
We'll see if they get out. That would be kind of interesting to see if it repeated itself just like last season.
Yeah, but I think so far only Zergs have won games. 3 games have been won by Zergs, right? Leonok got a couple wins and Sniper got a win as well.
That's very true.
So
now we have Ace against GanZI, both currently 0-1 in this group. We'll see which one loses, because to lose this game means that you're basically on your last life if you lose this game. And even if you do lose this game, you probably won't get it. You have to have things go well for you. Like, for example, yesterday, Pung Pung was able to get out, but there was a moment where Yu-Gi-Oh could have potentially gotten out, depending on how the games went, but it didn't go in his favor, so he got out. And he lost the game before that anyways, but it's just a situation you don't want to put yourself into. So this is a really stressful game for both these players. If they lose it, like I said, there's still a possibility they get out of the group, but it's just going to be so difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Once you go to that 0-2, then you have to depend on other people also not doing well.
Yeah.
Then it's like, well, no matter how good you do for the rest of the set, still
your fate's not in your hands.
Your fate is not really in your hands anymore. Exactly. I mean, obviously,
out of your control.
Even if you go to because in a group of 5 players, if you've got 2 losses, you can only get 2 more wins. You don't play against yourself, so it's not 5 games; it's 4. So there's no way to clinch it with a 2-2.
Yeah,
you have to hope for a big tie. So you're right; it's going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm still. I think I'm gonna favor GanZI on this one, even though he did lose his first game that I kind of thought he might do well in against Leonok. But I say that, but Ace has been playing really well in the Team League lately.
Yes, and I'm not sure. I mean, the game he lost today so far was kind of winnable, but it was a weird situation.
It was a weird game, yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen in this game. The map is going to be Entombed Valley, so it's a really balanced map for this matchup, I feel. Some Terrans dislike it because they don't like the secondary ramp in general, but I think it's a very balanced matchup.
Yeah.
On this map.
And I mean, that game that Ace lost earlier, he had a really good plan. You could tell he knew what he was doing. He had planned that out. He played it really well. He had good macro, fairly good micro, but he lost that game because he couldn't quite multitask microing all those situations at once. I don't think that's quite going to be a situation that he's going to come up against GanZI. GanZI is, of course, Slayer's Terran. He's going to do some drops probably, but it's not going to require the same level of multitasking that Sniper threw at him.
No, I don't think so. It was such a risk by Ace. It would be like Ace taking a fast third in this map against the Terran GanZI, and GanZI doing multiple pronged one drop in the main, then an attack force going up the secondary ramp, and one going towards the third, which actually could potentially happen if Ace decides to go for a fast third. Will he do that? I doubt it, but it's potentially possible. Anything could happen. Like we said, Ace is very unpredictable. He could go for a Void Ray all-in, for all we know. I don't think he will, not on Entombed Valley, but...
Didn't GanZI actually lose his match to go to the up and down matches because... Wasn't it on this map where he like tried to go for a ninja expansion and... got rushed or something like that?
I don't remember.
I don't know. If someone remembers that game that I'm thinking of, let me know on Twitter or something like that. But anyway, point being, I think GanZI, he's taken some risks in the past and he's not really had them pay off recently. So I feel like he's going to play a little bit safer.
Yeah, I think so. And he's not only is he going to play safer, but he's going to play a long game. I don't think he's going to try to do any shenanigans. I mean, he may try to do some multi-pronged drop harass, but he's not going to go for a big, huge attack when he gets his first few Vikings out or something like that, or when he gets his first few Ghosts out, more likely, because he is down a game already, and if he loses this one, he's going to be 0-2, and that's just not a situation anyone wants to be in.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think you're completely right about that. He's going to be going for a longer-term strategy. He's going to want to make sure that he doesn't lose to any shenanigans early on. Ace, you'd kind of think the same thing. I mean, the same logic would apply to him as well. He's also in a bad situation if he loses. He's also, needs to not play risky. But
I feel like Ace is the kind of guy who just doesn't care.
He doesn't care, exactly. If he has a strategy plan for this map against Terran, that's something clever and interesting. I think he's going to do it regardless.
And I think regardless of whether or not his win is due to his skill or is his opponent's mistake, he will dance and celebrate after.
I hope so.
Something to note is I did a little bit of reading of the chat. It's in Korean, but I can read it. It actually says that GanZI's mouse settings are not working right now, so We're actually, the reason why we haven't gotten into the game yet is just simply because GanZI's mouse isn't working and that needs to be resolved before we can get into the game. So I'd like to just say again at this moment, thank you for all of you for joining the IRC chat. I just really like the fact that people can get together and talk about games together. There's another IRC channel that's quite popular on QuakeNet that I'll mention to you guys. For those of you guys out there who do not know about the website, teamliquid.net, it's a great community. There's a lot of good StarCraft information there. And you can go to the Team Liquid IRC there. It's hashtag Team Liquid. But if you want to talk about the GSL specifically, right now it's what that channel is for on QuakeNet, so join it. I've been reading some of the chats during the break, and every now and then in the game I look down at it and see it on my tablet. I saw that Caldor was in there chatting as well, so it's good to know he's participating. Hey Caldor, I hope you're doing well. How are you doing? I'm getting all my tablets vibrating. I have people highlighting me in chat now. My ID in the chat right now is like Proxy Wolflet, but I'll have to change that now that they've said that. But I couldn't think of a funny ID. Like I guess Proxy
Wolf what?
Wolflet, like a wolflet, like it's a small wolf.
Oh,
or something.
Wolflet. Okay.
Because I was like, I don't know what to name myself for my tablet, and I was like, I can't use Proxy Wolf because that's taken. That's what I normally use. But now it's Proxy Wolflet. But you guys can also go on Twitter and add GOMTV, of course, to follow for updates. You can follow myself at Proxy Wolf and of course at Moletrap. And don't forget to add at Caldor as well. There's 3 up and down casters.
Yep.
And we'll, of course, be tweeting who's playing that night and, of course, other personal information about our streams and what have you. So please go and follow the 3 of us and GOMTV as well. You can go to Global GOMTV on Facebook. If you want to like GOMTV there, you can do that. And
do you have a Facebook, Wolf?
I used to have a Facebook page that was like a Facebook page, and it was FXO Wolf, but I don't really use that. You can go to facebook.com/thepassingshadow and find my personal page where you can see my public Facebook status updates. And, I don't know exactly what you can see on my page. Like, I've messed with the privacy settings so you guys can see like some stuff that I put out publicly. It's like it's like Google Plus in a way where like I can decide who sees what status posts I make or whatever, but you guys can go there and look at my page if you're interested.
I tried to make a fan page, and Moletrap on Facebook was taken by like a farmer in Scotland who probably made that because he's like, I trap moles all the time. They ruin my crops, so I love trapping them. I'm so good at trapping moles. I'm gonna be facebook.com/moletrap. So that's taken. So I'm actually Moletrap SC2 on Facebook if anyone wants to go on there.
Yeah. Well,
and there's a whole mob of people in GanZI's booth, including the Slayers coach, who would not be there if he wasn't on. If he wasn't on Slayers, guys.
Yeah.
It was just a false rumor, okay?
Are you sure? I don't know, man. Maybe they're just really close friends who like to wear the same jackets that match and have the same logo on it for some reason. Maybe
they're jacket BFFs, and they're like.
Maybe he even though he left Slayers, he just really was a little bit chilly today, and he was leaving his house, and he was like,
all I have is this Slayers coat.
He was like, is anyone really going to care if I wear this even though I'm not on the team anymore? It's a comfortable jacket, all right. It's puffy, it's warm, and it was a little bit chilly out today.
The Slayers coach just happens to be the only one in Seoul who is an expert on GanZI's mouse settings. So they got called in an emergency. He's like, I know you're not on the team anymore, but in this bind, I'm going to wear my Slayers jacket into your booth and help you out.
Yeah, man, that's what he's doing. He's helping him out just because it's just a coincidence, man. He just happened to be in Shinjung, man. He was getting Dunkin' Donuts over there at the Dunkin' Donuts, and he was like, GanZI called me. He's like, yeah, sure, bro, I'll be down there in a second. He comes up here, and he's like, what's the problem? And I was like, my mouse isn't working. Can you talk to Juno, the referee, about this and give a statement for me? Because even though I'm teamless right now, I just don't feel comfortable doing that because you've done this for me for so many months now. I just can't quite bring myself to talk to Juno about this. And so there you have it. And
mystery solved.
His GOMTV asking GanZI if his settings are done, and he says yes. I'm very sorry, and he says good game, yo. So I think we'll be starting any second now, any moment now.
All right, good stuff. For a second there, I thought I was doing the wolf what
is that?
Ninja. Don't you do that sometimes, where you put up your
No, I don't know.
Karate stance or something like that? Am I just imagining that?
I think you are, man.
You do that sometimes.
Sometimes
I
do
this.
You guys can't see what sometimes I do because we got off camera, but I guess I'll have to show you later. I'll show you what I do, Moltrap. I'll show you.
I'll show you.
All right, so it is going to be Ace against GanZI here. The map is in Toon Valley, as we mentioned, and GanZI's settings should now be complete, I believe.
Yes, indeed. Let's not forget, by the way, that the reason why Ace is here because he lost his match to Keen, a Terran player in Code A. So, he does not have the best record versus Terrans, and that includes somewhat recently he's been struggling a little bit. He's like 5-5 for his last 10 games. And again, very importantly, his last series versus Keen was a loss. As well as he did lose to Byun in the Team League. We're going to find out if he can beat GanZI, though. Right now, GanZI has a chance to tie up his score. So does Ace. Who will do it? We're going to find out right now at the GSL Up and Down matches.
Don't stop it. Keep rocking. Adrenaline phenomenon. Let's use it. No need to cruise it.
All right, down here in the bottom left, we have a very close personal view of the nexus of our Protoss player.
Starting Ace
is what's up?
Oh, I have news to tell you, man.
All right, well, you can tell me after I introduce this player. He's our Terran player from the Team Slayers. He is
GanZI.
Actually, the thing is, everyone is tweeting me right now saying it's true that he left, and there are statements on Team Liquid and everything, but he just was announced as Slayers GanZI.
Yeah,
and he's wearing a team jacket. I don't know what to believe anymore. I just don't know. I have big prominent community figures like Slasher tweeting at me, telling me that this is true, that he's left. I have Evixo Boss tweeting at me. I think ESV Diamond even tweeted at me. All these figures tweet at me.
Wow. Okay, well, maybe we're wrong. I've been out of the country for a couple weeks, man. I haven't been keeping up with the news, so it's quite possible. I'm going to have to ask GanZI at the next break, see what's going on with there. It's possible, I guess, that he's still on the team for another week or something, and that's why he's still wearing the jacket, but
I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. I did see that. I know Taja left, for example. I know that's true. And
really?
People are saying that it was the same announcement. Maybe that was a misunderstanding. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, GanZI is here in person, and GOMTV is announcing him as Slayers. He is wearing a Slayers jacket. It just stands to reason that
who knows what his future holds.
Something has changed.
At the moment, he is on Slayers.
Something has
today
changed
he is
since
playing
that
for
announcement.
Slayers.
It must be. Everyone's like, you're wrong. I'm like, I don't know, guys. I keep looking over there, and he's still got the jacket on, and he's with the Slayers coach, and it says Slayers GanZI.
By the way, GanZI, I want to point out, this is going to be one of his more difficult matchups as well. More difficult games, I guess, because this is not his best matchup. He's actually done fairly badly against Protoss in the past. He is here in the up and downs because he could not beat Hero in Code A. He got into Code A because he could not beat MC and Jokji in Code S last season. So he's really struggled against Protoss lately. Even back in GSL Code S November, it was 2 Protosses that knocked him down into Code A as well.
Oh, sick block.
Oh,
nice.
Very
Sorry,
nice.
I just had to point that out.
It's all right. I think I've made my point. GanZi's bad versus Protoss.
Yeah, you have. It has been made. I like this scouting by both players very aggressively. Alliance Sight Blocker will catch a Stalker, but these Marines are on move command, so on the left side of the map, you guys aren't seeing it, but we're seeing a battle here. Okay, so the Stalker kills 1 SCV and 1 Marine, and the other 2 Marines are going to chase now. There is a Zealot to try to catch these units. Oh, he's over-microing. He's going to lose a Stalker to 2 Marines. What? But neither player has scouted the other one, but Ace is going to forward gate either way. A forward pylon going down, and guys, this is exactly what we're talking about, man. No matter what Ace wants to do, he doesn't scout. He will do it anyways. In fact, he's not 100% certain this is the way his opponent is approaching. He's seen Marines come around the left side, and it's pretty safe to assume, but he's not 100% sure that his opponent's even at the spawning location, and he's still going to forward gate him. But seeing this SCV come down this direction is a pretty good tell.
Oh, is he going to... Oh, the Stalker, another Stalker is going to be in position to pick off that SCV. He doesn't know this is coming yet, but he has a bunker. If he can get some SCVs on that bunker... It's all come down to
him having the SCVs or not.
If he gets SCVs on that bunker, he can hold this.
6 Stalkers will target that bunker down too quickly. So if he waits a second and goes up here...
And the SCVs are coming. He scans the gates. He sees 3 of them. He knows there might be a 4th. He brings off the SCVs. He puts down another bunker. The SCVs are there. The Stalkers are going up the ramp. Ladies and gentlemen, GanZI is probably going to hold this. The depot goes down. He targets that down, but he's not going to be able to get up into the base. And I'm curious if he's... he's puts down a pylon in his main and starts building probes again. I think he's going to transition out of this.
Well, he's going to try, but there's not much transition out of a 4 gate, I'm afraid. And Nexus does go down.
Yep, puts down a Nexus.
Bunker is canceled. I like the scan time by GanZI since his opponent consistently denied him scouting. He was like, well,
I guess I have to do it.
Yeah. And
I gotta burn that scan.
He burned the scan. He only saw 3 gates, but 3 gates alone are enough for alarm to pull the SCVs.
I like this sentry. He's stopped the attack, but he warped it in sentry, so he can come up here and get a couple force fields on that ramp. So if GanZI tries to move out for a counter, he can actually keep him in his base long enough to hold this. Is he going to be able to get it, though?
We'll see.
Oh, the whole army gets... Nope, he does stop. Nope, there's a gap. Everything gets down.
Oh,
the whole army gets out. He's got control of the bottom of his ramp, and he's going to be able to take that expansion.
I just feel like this is so... I'm frustrated. Why would you... This is not the map to 4 gate on, in my opinion. And even if you do, I'm disappointed. I feel like Ace is a better player than he's showing us tonight. I actually feel that way. I used to wonder, well, he's going to maybe catch these units while they're targeting a supply depot.
Oh, no.
That's the best he can hope for right now, Moltrap, but it looks like it's still not enough.
Yeah, nice with the Guardian Shield. It's going to keep some damage off those
Nice
Stalkers.
micro now, but he's just not doing enough damage. Oh, nice. Hits a few more Marines. The control there by Ace was actually pretty decent. The worker count 28 to 30, and the Nexus is complete. The problem, though, is the tech advantage. He does have combat shields finishing now. He's got +1 on the way already, and he will start stim immediately after combat shields are done. There it is, starting stim.
By the way, someone did confirm for me. Thank you very much to the Unseen for letting me know that GanZI lost to... He went for a 1-Rax 3 command center. That was right. He went for like an extra command center and a ninja command center, and Hero just 4-gated him. So GanZI... defending the 4-gate this time has got to feel pretty good about that.
And also thank you to someone on Twitter. I have to verify who it was again. John Martin, JMart on Twitter with an underscore, confirms that GanZI is leaving for military service reasons.
Oh, okay.
So that explains everything. Okay.
Yeah, I looked at my Twitter too, and you're right. Like everyone in the world was tweeting me, like Dark Force European player Diapollo was like laughing at us for.
So I mean, anyway, the point is, guys, he will leave Slayers, but at this moment. Anyway, Blink is on the way. This big push coming out for GanZI is potentially going to end Ace here. He's not going to commit, though, and I like the choice not to commit. Even though he's going to have +1 and Stim will almost be done, it's just not necessary to go for this big push. He's already got the tech advantage. His medevacs are going to start coming out very soon. His opponent is going to have Blink, which will help shut down drops, which is the one thing that could really totally end the game no matter what happens. So I like his choice to go Blink before charge here, especially considering his Stalker count. One additional gate being added as well.
Well, GanZI's going to get his long game after all, is what it looks like here.
Whoa, adding a lot more barracks.
Very cool. Yeah, just going for a mass bio. Maybe he figures he's ahead enough that he can just kind of make a big push off two, well, I was going to say off 2 bases, but I mean, actually, yeah, he's going to be able to get a 3rd base. Not surprising to see him go for that 3rd, actually, is what he's leaning towards. Will he put down that command center? There it goes. Well, I have to, like I said, I have been out of the country. I've been mostly AFK for the last couple weeks. I'm very apologetic that I was not up on the news on that. I'm sorry, guys, that I let you down not being aware of that pretty important fact, but the evidence was supporting him being still on Slayers. I'm going to have to talk to GanZI about that at the break, see what he thinks there, but yeah, it's too bad. Too bad, but in Korea, for those of you who don't know, every male has to do mandatory military service before a certain age for 2 years.
Oh, Stim running
nice.
in here. He's going to target down a pylon, which will empower 2 gateways, and he will actually be able to kill the majority of these units in the main, forcing more units. He's actually going to go for probes instead, which is a little bit odd. He's going to force some blink backs here. And the Stalkers, even though there are a lot of them here, are just not quite able to take down these units just yet. Now he blinks forward, and we'll be able to take them out. Meanwhile, GanZI not going for any 2-pronged attack or anything like that. He does have a drop at the natural, which is force probes off the line, but how many did he actually kill? That's the question. Not very many.
Not too many, no. And even though he didn't kill those probes, it was smart to at least attack them to force them to pull off of the minerals. So he stopped a lot of mining time of Ace as well during all of this, but he lost 3 medevacs full of units and 2 of the medevacs as well. So not the best trade, but you know what? GanZI's up by 40 supply, so
yeah, he has
50 supply, I'm sorry.
He has 1-1 as well, whereas 1-1 is just now on the way for Ace. He may potentially have charge. He's going to use these Stalkers to try to move out and snipe a Marauder and then blink back. And he does damage 1 and force a huge Stim. So that was actually well worth it for that many hit points lost.
Oh, and actually he's just going to charge in there.
Yeah, that was really bold by GanZI. Does lose.
He's like, well, I stimmed. I might as well keep attacking. Make use of this.
Oh, 1-1 is almost done.
Oh, those force fields are what I was worried about.
Yeah.
But he has fallen back, though. And he's not kiting these zealots at all, just depending on the medevacs. Blink microbe going on, but a lot of those Stalkers are getting damaged. Can the medevacs heal up fast enough, though? I'm not sure if they can.
Yeah, it looks like they just barely will.
Barely. Every Marauder on orange and yellow now surging in. GG. And GanZI takes the win. He will tie up his score, and Ace, unfortunately, we were hoping he'd win at least a game so that we could watch him dance or sing or
I was kind of curious if he would
something
do it.
like that, but he is at 0-2 now.
I was curious if he would do it, but I guess
not.
He 4-gated didn't work, and we watched the longer game anyways. Don't put that next to your mouth, Ace. That actually could potentially have toxic chemicals leaking out of it.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't eat
I gotta
it.
go tell him, man. He's
That's quick. Go over to his booth.
next thing you know, man, he's gonna start being affected by those chemicals. He's gonna do like 5 gates instead of 4 gates and stuff. Like, his ceremonies, instead of like taking off his overshirt and ripping it off and having like a shirt with a message on it, he's just gonna have tattoos on his body and rip his clothes off and run through the studio. That might be considered funny to some people, but some people might not approve of that. He might get banned from the league or something like that. He can't put those hot packs in his mouth, dude. It could affect his career.
That's how it works, man. That's why you got to stay away from hot packs, because one day it's just sucking on a hot pack. The second day, you're completely crazy doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, you can use the hot pad. Actually, in fact, during the next break, I might get one because even though it was fairly warm today, you never know how much the temperature is going to drop off. And if I don't end up using it, I can always use it later, so it's fine. Don't have to stay away from the hot pad, but keep it away from your mouth and face and ears.
Yep.
And babies.
And babies and pregnant women.
Pregnant women are okay. Just keep it away from the pregnant woman's mouth, okay?
All right. That was one of the bit of a shock of coming back to Korea, I gotta say, by the way. I was in sunny California for over a week, where the weather was about 20 or 30 degrees warmer in Fahrenheit at least. That's probably about 10 degrees warmer in Celsius. It's pretty nice, but it is good to be back in Seoul as well, despite the cold. It's actually warmed up here the last month
quite
in Seoul, quite significantly. But the game, actually this is game 5, sorry about that, is about to begin. Sniper versus Inca. Can Sniper secure a 2-0 and actually lock in a position next to Lenok, or will Inca go DTs and win the game? We're going to find out right now.
We certainly will. Countdown is over. We're actually in the game right now. You will be too in just a moment. This is the GSL Up and Down Matches Group B, set number 5 for GSL 2011 Season 2 with Wolf and Mole Trap.